Go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our special edition of Town Hall NYC Philly. I'm Lisa Gold, the Executive Director of the Asian American Arts Alliance, or A4. Quick accessibility check. I am a Hapa, half Korean, half white woman with a mix of gray hair and brown hair pulled up. And I'm wearing a blue printed sleeveless blouse, and I am zooming in from the unceded lands of the Lenape people. Thank you so much for joining us tonight to meet and learn about all of the exciting work being created by and opportunities for AAPI artists in New York and Philly. So this is the very first town hall collaboration between our organizations, and I'm really excited to learn what is happening over there. I am now going to introduce Dave Q from the Asian Arts Initiative. Dave, take it away.
Sure. Thank you, Lisa. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave Q. I use he, him pronouns. And for accessibility, I am a South Korean man. I was born in South Korea, raised in the Philadelphia suburbs. I have black hair pulled back into a ponytail, and I'm wearing a fun patterned shirt. At least I think it's fun. I work as the Director of Programs at Asian Arts Initiative. We are a multidisciplinary arts center in Philadelphia's Chinatown North, where we host visual exhibitions, performances, artist residencies, youth workshops, and we also invite community members to gather, organize, and present work here. We are very excited to have been welcomed into this special space, into this special town hall by A4, and are excited for this opportunity to bring Philly and New York artists just a little bit closer together. I also want to welcome in and like to introduce my frequent collaborator on the Asian American Artist Town Halls we throw twice a year, Kat Ramirez from Philly Asian Performing Artists.
Thanks so much, Dave. Hi, my name is Kat Ramirez. For accessibility, I am a Hapa, a Korean, Irish, and German person. I'm wearing a white shirt with stripes, and I have what I think are fun glasses, but they don't look quite as fun through the screen. I have black hair that like swoops, and I'm really proud of the swoop. So I want that pride to be really captured. So I am the creative director of Philadelphia Asian Performing Artists. I like to say that we're blessed with a self-explanatory name, but I am going to explain it a bit here. We are a grassroots membership-based collective that exists to build community among and address the lack of economic and artistic opportunities for people of Pan-Asian descent involved in the performing arts in the Philadelphia region. We do this through member-led programming such as community building events, professional development programs, performance opportunities, and grassroots organizing. There are a couple PAPA members that I see in this audience who I love really dearly, so hello, nice to see you. For those of you who are in Philly, who come to Philly and are interested in getting to know another organization that hosts a lot of like social events and is member led, feel free to DM me in this chat, and I can get you set up with our membership committee for an intake meeting. So thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to hear what is going on at A4, and I'm really grateful for Dave for bringing me into this. I love these town halls.
Great. Well, thanks, Kat and Dave. Thank you both. So I'm just going to run through a few things about A4. For those of you who don't know us, we're a 39-year-old nonprofit organization based in Brooklyn, New York, dedicated to ensuring greater representation, equity, and opportunities for Asian American artists and cultural organizations. We do that through resource sharing, promotion, community building, and town hall is one of our signature programs that just helps us do that and fulfill our mission. So I know there are a number of you who have been to our town halls, and probably a number of you who have been to AAI's town halls. So I'm just going to share a few protocols with the way that we do things here. So please mute yourself if you're not speaking. We are recording this event and we'll be posting it online for later viewing so you can revisit the magic. You can note there is a raise hand function available by clicking on the participants icon if you want to ask a question, or later on, if you want to give a pitch, you can use that. If you have any questions or comments or just want to shout out where you're from, just feel free to use the chat away. And we also have closed captions available if you need them. So just, you should see a CC icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen menu that says live transcript, and then you can click on that if you need it. If you have any trouble, apologies for that. I have to confess, I am a little tech challenged tonight. So if we have any issues in advance, I mean, I apologize in advance if we have any technical snags. But I'm going to tell you how it's supposed to go. So we're going to have 2 groups of short pitches. Each pitch is 1 minute in length. And those 2 groups are going to sandwich an amazing performance by the musical duo Archai. Such a treat. So what we're going to do is we're going to call the names of everybody who's pitching in the first group, and we'll also drop those names in the chat box. So be ready to go, because you only have 1 minute. And then if you go too long, we're gonna mute you, but we'll ring a bell so you know your time is up. I'm gonna try to make sure my phone is working. And then after the first group, like I said, I'll introduce Archai, and then we'll repeat the process with pitches for the second round. And then after everybody who has pre-registered to do a 1 minute pitch is done, anybody who wants to do a quick 30-second pitch shout out, you can raise your hand and we'll do a final round of what we call micro pitches, these 30-second pitches. So again, when we call on you, you can either drop your name in the chat, we'll call on you, and then get ready to go and use your 30 seconds. And also, if you aren't already signed up to pitch and you do a micro pitch, drop your social media handle or website in the chat box so people can follow up with you after that. And speaking of following up with you, we're going to have a couple of breakout rooms after this. So since we can't do it in real life, we're just going to do virtual breakout room conversations so you can meet each other, and we'll hopefully have time to do 2 rooms, but you can move yourself around. You just move your cursor over the blue number next to your name where it says breakout rooms, and then you can move yourself, or just message me and I can move you around. Okay, so just a couple more quick announcements. So like I said, we are recording, and we're going to post this we'll share it with AAI and Papa, and we will post it on our YouTube channel. So we'd love for you to keep your cameras on, but if you don't want to, that's totally fine. We have a post-event survey, so hopefully we can put the QR code up here, and there you go. So you can fill out the survey afterwards. We're always trying to improve. If you have ideas, if you like something, if you didn't like something, you have issues, just let us know. We want to hear. We want to make this better for you. So please fill it out. We'll also drop the link in the chat for later. And then 2 more things that I want to share before I turn it over. We have a solidarity residency that we're doing with the Museum of Contemporary African Diasporan Arts to create Black, Asian American solidarity. So we are presenting a series of conversations with change makers and activists. And on June 7th at 6 o'clock, we have a free conversation with Decolonize This Place, who is an action-oriented decolonial formation and a call to action. So they are amazing. They were able to basically get Warren Kanders to resign from the Whitney. They've been able to affect a lot of change. And so I think you should, it would be really interesting. So sign up for that. The information is on our website. And then finally, just a reminder, you can share your work with us too. If you have events or opportunities, we have a community calendar. It's totally free. Just click on the community login tab or the link at the top of our website, and then you can just list your stuff. So do it. Let us know what you have going on. So thank you to all of our sponsors and supporters, especially our friends at Con Edison and Capital One and the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and everybody who makes these events possible. So I am going to turn it over to Kat Ramirez at Papa, who's going to share a land acknowledgement.
Thanks so much, Lisa. So as we absorb the physical space that we are in, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the history of this land and the original people of this land. While I talk about this history and share this land acknowledgement, which was written by Trinity Norwood, a citizen of the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape Nation and developed with the Bearded Ladies Cabaret, just take a moment to breathe, look around, take in your surroundings. Before Philadelphia and New York were the cities we know and love today, this land was known as Lenapehoking, or Land of the Lenape. The Lenape are the indigenous people of what was modern day Pennsylvania, or what is modern day Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and the southern tip of New York. Through genocide, relocations, the Indian boarding school era, and continued systemic erasure, the Lenape people have persevered and live on as modern day sovereign nations. We recognize their legacy that has been soaked into the very ground we stand on right now, and we acknowledge the intergenerational connection to this legacy that we share as the descendants to the immigrants of this land. Although the history is heavy, the future is filled with hope. Thank you. And I am passing it back to Lisa for the first group of pitches.
Great. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. And also wanted to share, if you want to follow us, we'll put this link up. You could do a screen grab, but just want to make sure you have all of our information so you can stay in touch. Okay, and now we are going to welcome our first group of pitchers. So Chris, Shaylee, Sue, Georges, Cecile, Zhiyun, Jessica, Lalit, Natasha, and Susan. So are you all ready to go? This is what I don't think that's very loud. I'm gonna try to make that a little bit louder so you can, is that loud enough? That's not very loud either. I don't know why. I'm having a hard time. So hopefully you can keep it to a minute. So, all right, so let's start. Chris, are you ready to go? I'll also drop all the names in there. So Chris, you're on deck. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, there you go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Geiger. I am a volunteer with the New York Asian Film Festival. We are super excited because it is our 20th anniversary this year, and we're starting our festival on July 15th. It'll be the 15th through the 28th, and we're announcing our lineup, planning to announce our lineup on June 15th. I have added all of our information to the event calendar that's located on the 4A website, on the A4 website, sorry. Just for accessibility purposes, my pronouns are she, her. You can reach out to me. I put my email address in the chat, so feel free to reach out if you'd like. I'm Korean genetically, but I was adopted by a family in Kentucky, so that was an interesting journey. But I made it to New York somehow, and I would be happy to answer any questions anyone has about the film festival coming up.
Great, thank you so much. Let's see, I think my time, okay, perfect, just under the wire. All right, next up is Shaylee. Shaylee, you with us?
Yes, I thought the media is supposed to play for 30 seconds and then I'm supposed to speak for the next 30.
Okay, I'm gonna reset my timer.
We don't have audio at the moment. I don't know if others can hear, but I can't.
I'm not getting sound at the moment.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry about that, Shaylee. Do you want to just tell us about your project?
Sure. My name is Shaylee Dadiala, she, her. I live in Philadelphia. And thanks again, A4 and AAI and Papa. I have grown over the years to consider AAI and Papa homebodies, so I feel like I'm just giving a virtual hug to my siblings, whom I haven't seen in person for a while. My dance company is called Asiloquy Dance Designs. It's I'm the director, the choreographer, dancer, and I have a group of dancers that dance with me. We have been dancing in Philly for over 13 years now. Most of our movement is rooted in classical Indian dance, Bharatanatyam. You have probably seen something that looks like it a lot, exaggerated, very detailed hand gestures, eye movements, a percussive feet movement. So those are the things that characterize the dance style. What we do is we make full-length evening productions with that, and the key thing for us is to contemporize a very ancient classical dance. So everything that's not associated with ancient, which is edgy, cool, costumes that are elaborate, not just traditional movement, and people who you think are contemporary, and the person as a whole. So not dance bodies, or not the way that dancers are supposed to look, not the way Asian people are supposed to look. It's not about dividing what Indian immigrants brought or what a third generation person might do. So doing all of that, we are presenting this production, which is called Chat. Chat literally is the name of an Indian food group that we debuted in 2009. The still you see is from the Painted Bride Art Center in Philadelphia, and we have the excerpts of that. So the production is multimedia, it's dance, music, projections, and the music ranges from electropop to Indian classical and rock. And as you can see, the costumes are everywhere because we tie it all together with different flavors of the food. And we have dances that stand in as emblems or metaphors of flavors of foods. I know it seems like all over the place, but if you watch it, or if you care to present us and you see this dance and then you actually get to eat chat, it will all come together in your mind. And again, that is something we don't associate with traditional art forms. So that is part of our goal to, why can't we look like something really sexy in a contemporary art museum? So through Indian dance, while we keep the vocabulary of an ancient dance style rooted. So we really are excited if we could present this, an excerpt of this dance, which could be anywhere from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and the whole production can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I really wish we could see the film, because I think that makes more sense than just me doing a lot of talking. I think it's more appealing for all the 44 people who are being very patient here on the
Shelly,
screen.
are you your time is up? Can you hear the bell?
I didn't hear the bell.
Okay.
Oh, we
I don't
didn't
know.
hear it.
You can't hear it.
No.
Okay. Then I'm just going to have to tell people your time is up instead of ringing the bell. So your time is up. I'm sorry. We just need to make time for everybody else.
It's okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Next is Sue Yang.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Sue Pai Young, a retired judge of compensation here in New Jersey. Today, I like to promote two organizations that archives our Asian American documents. One is the APA Institute of NYU, and the other one is MoCA, Museum of Chinese in America. And they are wonderful. Contact them if you're interested in having your documents archived. And I share with you some of the documents that they're interested in archiving for us. We organized Asian American heritage festivals back in the 70s, and they covered our, news. We organized the Asian Americans back then in New Jersey. And then when more serious issues came along, such as the murder of Vincent Chen, we were organized and we spoke up as an Asian American group. And then when I became, next please, and then when I became a lawyer in midlife, I asked why the New Jersey State Bar Association didn't have minorities on their board of trustees. And then my husband was covered by New York Times on his cancer research. And then our two daughters are lawyers now, and Jenny was the EEOC chair under President Obama and is now a director in Department of Labor. And then our other daughter, Arlene, is an attorney that's often invited to speak in San Diego TV on the issue of COVID and legal matters. So if you're interested in having your documents archived, contact these two organizations, and they'll probably be interested. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Okay, next up is Georges Bridges from Film Lab. Georges?
Hi, my name is Georges Bridges. I'm from the Asian American Film Lab. We promote ethnic and gender diversity in the film industry. And I'd like to talk about one of our projects, the 72-hour shootout, which is our annual film competition. Unfortunately, my colleague Ariel Chong, who's the shootout coordinator for this year, couldn't be here, but it's an exciting program that we have annually in which you have 72 hours to create a film project once the theme is announced for that particular year. Registration ends, late registration ends tonight. Last minute registration ends June 2nd at 8 p.m. Our website is asianamericanfilmlab.org, and we'd love for you to participate. And if you can't participate this year, the next year, but look at our website for some of our other great programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Georges. Yeah, I love the
You're welcome.
festival. Next up is Cecile Chong. Cecile.
Hey, hi Lisa. Hi, I'm Cecile. I'm based in Brooklyn. I create painting, sculpture, installation work, and also public art. You're looking at my public art installation titled El Dorado, the New 49ers, which is a traveling installation. It's been traveling through all the 5 boroughs of New York City. Right now it's at Dag Hammarskjöld Plaza. So what you see here are at the past boroughs, Brooklyn at the top 2, Lewis Latimer House on the bottom left, and Wave Hill in the Bronx bottom right. The next image is at Snug Harbor last year. I installed them 6 feet apart, making a reference to the way we were living during COVID. And the next image shows you how, for the current site, I learned about the United Nations 17 sustainability goals, and I really like how the website was presented. So I also created 17 planks to secure my 100 sculptures. As you can see, every single goal comes with a different color, and that's what I did. So out of the 100 sculptures, 49 of them are painted gold. El Dorado means the golden, and it will be installed at Dag Hammarskjöld Plaza until August of this year. So please come and visit. Thank you.
Thanks, Cecile. Next up is Zhiyun.
Hi, everyone. I'm Zhiyun, originally from China, and right now currently a student in NYU Tisch School of the Arts, graduate musical theater writing program as a composer. And it's my first time joining this event. I hope to meet, fellow music and theater folks, producers, directors, book writers, playwrights. I hope to meet some people to explore, collaboration opportunities together. And now the work I want to share is recently I did in school. It's a 20 minutes musical, but it's just a very tiny moment in our story. It's called Timon. This moment is about this Timon boy who was surprised by his illusional doll, Ashley, who's pointing out that Tita, who's Timon's mother, is not real mother. And later in the story, we would see like how these characters switch in their opportunities to their mother. It's sort of like a dark fairy tale story. Yep. Could you play it or not? I mean, if time doesn't allow, like, I just didn't hear the sound.
I think we're having some sound issues tonight, Zhiyun. I'm sorry about that. But if you can drop it in the chat,
yeah, totally fine. Yeah,
that would be great.
I would drop the full video in the link. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Next up is Jessica Chen. Jess, are you with us?
I just got a message from Jessica, so I think Jessica's here.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm artistic director of J Chen Project, a huge fan of Lisa's and A4, and I wanted to celebrate our last month of AAPI Heritage, or last day, excuse me, of AAPI Heritage Month with an announcement. If we can go to the next slide, please. So last year I created a choreographers festival, We Belong Here, AAPI Dance Festival, which is hosted at Arts on Site. And Arts on Site has committed to producing this festival for the next 3 years for their Arts Insight festival that amplifies underrepresented artists. And so this year we have 6 slots for 6 AAPI choreographers to present their works 10 to 12 minutes in August. We'll have 2 programs. It'll be 2 weeks long. And today is when we launched our call for submissions. So we are looking so excited to hear from and meet with all the AAPI choreographers and dance makers here in New York City. So if you are a choreographer and dance maker, please apply. It's there's no fee to apply, and you will receive a $200 honorarium for participating. It'll be 2 days, 4 shows, and there'll be 2 different programs for it. So it is live. It's on my company's Instagram, Linktree, Chen Project. So so excited to be able to meet everybody and to share this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess. Good to see you. Next is Lalit. Lalit, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Lalit Sritara, and I write the book and the lyrics for musical movies and musical theater. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm joining NYU Tisch, same program as Zhiyun in the fall. Next slide, please. My most recent production was a musical performed at my wedding, written by myself. It's called Timeline the Musical, and it's the story of how my husband and I met, and it's also a compassion letter to our generation. It's on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. Next slide, please. One of the projects I'm working on right now is called Go Back to China. It's a family drama comedy about a Chinese American who goes back to China to help her father with their struggling family business. I'm adapting the film into a stage musical, working on 2 songs, and I'd appreciate feedback from you guys if you're interested. Next slide, please. And here are my contact details. I'd love to connect with you, and thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks, Lalit. Maybe you could drop it in the chat so people can follow up with you that way too. Next up is Natasha Zeta. Natasha.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming to this talk. My name is Natasha, and I'm an oil painter from Philadelphia, and I'm here to talk about my project Point of Entry. Next slide. It's a series of oil paintings depicting people and their scars, as well as body parts that hold meaning for them. Each piece is painted on a fragment of mirror, and I carve out where the mirror is, or where the scar is, so you can actually see yourself in somebody else's scar. It's a project on empathy, and the viewer becomes part of the work. And I'm also interviewing participants who are often from marginalized communities to share their stories and how they heal from trauma. This will hopefully create a platform for people to learn from, a person-to-person way to give and receive advice, and show what the hope of healing is possible. Next slide. So you can see the project here at pointofentry.net, and I'll put it in the chat as well. Next slide. Didn't realize it was going to only be a minute, but I'm also open to collaborating with different nonprofits. Right now, I'm collaborating with a nonprofit called Safe Horizon, which is a national organization that provides services to victims of crimes. Next slide. So right now, my passion is to get an exhibition going in November of 2022, hopefully at Wanderlife Gallery in South Philadelphia. So the ways you can get involved is you can participate in the project, you can collaborate with me as an organization. Next slide. And I'm still my own funds. So if you could please donate, that would be great. These are more ways to help. So you can just keep going through it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much, Natasha. Next up is Susan, and Susan will be the last speaker in this group.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here to tell you about what's going on with music from China, actually this weekend, because on Saturday, June 4th, we're going to have 2 programs that focus on this instrument called the erhu. It's a 2-string fiddle, very iconic Chinese instrument. So first at 2 o'clock, our youth orchestra, erhu trio, which is actually the next slide, will be performing. Yeah, there they are. They'll be doing a recital at the Chen Square Library, which is in Chinatown. And they will be playing music that represents different regional styles. that reflect the diversity of Chinese people in the culture. And the at 4 o'clock, the gentleman in the first slide, that is Wang Guowei, he is their teacher, and he's also the artistic director of music from China. So he will be playing a solo performance for the Raw Festival, which is hosted by University Settlement, and it's going to take place whole summer. And and Mr. Wang will be playing by himself, solo, and unaccompanied. And then there are some songs which he will accompany himself in an audio soundtrack that he composed and created himself. So all these events are free, and we invite you to come by. And thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Susan. If you can drop any information in the chat, that would be great. And also feel free to post it on the A4 calendar. So thank you, everybody in that initial group. And now I am so excited to introduce our featured presenters tonight. Archai is an award-winning string duo that redefines the boundaries of musical genre, fusing classical virtuosity with the electricity of a rock band, the spontaneity of a jazz combo, and the beauty of a string quartet. They are graduates of the Juilliard School. Their past engagements have included performances at the Met, Joe's Pub, which I just saw on Friday night. It was outstanding. Rockwood Music Hall, Lincoln Center, Chateau Marmont, Carnegie Hall, and TED. Archai is currently creating its debut album, Aurora, and you can learn more about it and them at archaimusic.com. Take it away, Jonathan and Philip.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for having us. It's just such a joy. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Philip.
And together we make up the string duo Archai, and we are coming to you from our home, New York City, though our work does bring us often to Philadelphia as well. We were literally there yesterday.
2 days. When was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
We were there yesterday.
And we were there yesterday. Our work takes us all over the place. And you could probably tell that we're not your traditional violin cello duo just by nature of the instruments that we're holding. Both Philip and I are classically trained. We went to Juilliard here in New York City, but we have since fallen off the wagon, so to speak. And we love all the different kinds of music, and we love fusing the old and the new to create something we hope is innovative, singular, unique, and for us to be, trailblazers of sorts for Asian American artists. And so we have two pieces to share with you all.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing you the freshest Archai compositions, the cutting edge of what we've been working on artistically. The first of these pieces is called Ascent, and you might imagine an arena concert with like your favorite rock band or mainstream artist, and how they might have a tune, an anthem that gets the crowd pumped up. That's kind of what we imagine this being for us. And then we're going to go straight from Ascent into another tune that we call After Hours, which is basically just a party. You just imagine that all the best stories happen after hours. So we hope you enjoy.
And if you have speakers
or
headphones, plug them in.
Now is the time.
Now is the time. It will sound so much better. But we're so happy to be here, and we love to stay in touch with all of you. We love collaboration, and so we'll put our details in the chat afterwards.
All right, enjoy. Well,
we can't hear the applause.
We hope you enjoyed those two tunes. We were partying over here.
We're having a good time over here. And thank you all so much for inspiring by each and every one of you, and would love to keep in touch. So thank you so much.
We'll post our contact info in the chat,
absolutely,
but we'd love to
absolutely.
hear from you. Thank you all.
Thank you. That was amazing. So next up, Dave, you're gonna take it from here. I'm gonna drop the names of all of the pictures into the chat. So.
Okay, awesome. Oh, is this the new order, Lisa?
Yes. So
Got
we
it.
had, yeah, so this is it. I'm dropping it into the chat
Okay, thank you.
for everyone.
I gotta say, each time as a planner, each time we go into these artist town halls is a little scary because we have no clue what's coming up. But I'm always impressed and amazed by how diverse the work is, how rich and how deep our community's work is. So thank you everybody for showing up and for kind of sharing this, being brave enough to kind of step up and share this work with us. All right, Group B, you're on point. We're gonna go in this order: Cynthia, Jacinta, Joanna, Benjamin, Yayoi, Momo, KC, Sally, Sugar, Jeffrey, and Kathy. And please do correct my terrible pronunciations when you come on to share your pitch. I think during this time, I brought down my little bell wheel. So after a minute, if you start to hear this, just means start to roll around to your final thought, to your conclusion, just so we have enough time for all the pitches to be heard. And there'll be one final section of if you haven't signed up in advance, anyone who would like to give a 30-second pitch, please use that raise hand feature using the icon in the participants menu, and write your name and social media handle or website in the chat box, and Lisa will come back on to call on you in the order that your name was written in the chat box. All right. All right. So let's get this second set of pitches with Cynthia. Cynthia, can you come on?
Yeah. Hi. Hi everyone. I'm Cynthia. I'm based in Brooklyn. I'm currently looking for editors and an editor and a colorist for a music video I directed with and for this musician called Tina Hanae. Her work is kind of experimental pop mixed with folk Shintoism. The video is set to this track Night Horses, and it's a surrealist depiction of the beginnings of trauma healing through a girl who goes to a clinic where a raccoon-sized bee administers acupuncture to clear toxic blockages. Next slide. Yeah, and so now it's just a little bit of a self-plug because I'm really excited by all the people here tonight and to expand community and meet future friends and collaborators. I'm an interdisciplinary artist who also works as a theater maker, director, and a video and projections designer. So here's some of my work, a lot of which is devised with collaborators. Next slide. Yeah, and I also, as part of my work, I incorporate a lot of technological elements. This piece was done in Theater Meet You and also has a lot of virtual components online. Next slide. And yeah, and I'm also getting into installation work, and here is a kind of multimedia installation that includes video and sound. And yeah, I'm just, as always, really interested in finding people to play with and create with, so hit me up. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cynthia. Next up is Jacinta.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Hello, my name is Jacinta. My theatre company, Influx Theatre Collective, is presenting our award-winning show, The Choice, at Here Art Center in New York City from August 5th to 7th. The Choice is an original work of interactive theatre that unpacks the decision to have children, exposing the most intimate parts of a woman's choice. And we dive into financial realities, personal relationships, climate change, just to name a few. And ultimately, we put our womb in your hands, asking you, should we be having children? We're specifically looking for a production crew who are based in New York City, specifically a lighting designer, sound engineer, stagehands for load-in, and ushers for the run of the show. If you do one of these jobs or you know someone who does, please contact me. I'll put my email in the chat. But most importantly, we'd just love to see your faces at the show. Like I said, August 5th to 7th. I'd really love to meet you all and get to know your work and who you are. So hopefully I'll see you there.
Wow, very cool. Thank you, Jacinta. Next up, we have Joanna with a pitch.
Hi, I'm just gonna say thank you, A4, which actually is one of the co-sponsors of an AAPI night, which is on June 3rd. We already had one earlier on in May during the AAPI month, but Golden Shield is going on until June 12th. Off-Broadway theater, a very interesting play. And also apart from A4, there's Womankind as well as WOW. Except the thing is, I just want to make sure everybody knows that these days life is very unpredictable. And because of COVID cases, tonight's show is actually canceled. And so I think everybody has to understand that we live in a world in which we really don't know what's happening tomorrow. So yeah, seize the day. And the other thing is that I do a lot of theater and opera. So next month I'm going to be at San Francisco for the Dream of the Red Chamber at San Francisco Opera. And in July, actually, interestingly enough, in New York, we again have something interesting, and that is Lincoln Center Theater 3, and it's The Nosebleed by Aya Ogawa. So yeah, so a lot going on, but everybody stay safe because we just don't know what's going to hit us.
Very true. Very good points. Thank you for sharing, Joanna. Next up is Benjamin.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to talk while this plays. I'm Benjamin Akio Kimmich. I love these town halls. I'm a director and choreographer based in Brooklyn. I'm a Hapa fourth generation Japanese American artist who trained in Chinese dance and has also dabbled in Chinese opera. So what's playing right now is some footage from a rehearsal residency I had last year with my dancers, Karina Lim, Julie McMillan, Lai Olson. And this dance production is my pandemic baby, and it's called Tiger Hands, and it premieres this summer. I want to tell you all about it. We're talking about the role of scarcity, improvisation, and experimentation, and how it plays out in an Asian American experience. It's super important to me that people with our shared cultural competency are in the audience. So this is all about you. You're all invited as my guests. It's August 4, 5, and 6 at the Shed in New York this summer. Save the dates. Tickets are not available yet, but will be soon, and they're free. Follow me on socials to stay in the know. And I'm also looking for writers to respond to the work from your perspectives as an API community in America. So reach out to me. I'll put my info in the chat. And I'm Ben Akio Kimmich, and thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Ben. Next up, we have Yayoi with a pitch.
Yayoi, you're muted right now.
All right, I thought you were gonna unmute me. Okay. Aloha, I'm Yayoi Winfrey, and I'm a writer, director, and a visual artist living in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm looking for a fiscally savvy producer and someone who's good at fundraising or knows how to attract investors. My project is Watermelon Sushi. It's a feature narrative film, but it can also be animation, or it could be a stage musical. Okay, thank you for putting my website up there. It's a story of two sisters. They are Japanese and Black, and they're navigating their mixed race heritage in the mid 80s, during the advent of hip hop. So there's a lot of music involved, and well, that's about it. You can get more information from my website, watermelonsushi.com. I do also have an IMDb profile page, and I will put that in the chat box. Thank you for your attention. Mahalo nui loa.
Wow. Aloha. Thanks for calling in from Hawaii.
Thank you.
Next up, I'm going to bring Momo. Momo is next up with the pitch.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, my name is Momo Akashi. I'm originally from Japan, and today I'd like to present an original musical written by me and my collaborator, Ben Ginsberg. So go to the next page. Oh, yeah, this is us. And next page. And so I have a question. I think most people know these buildings, but do you guys know who built these towers? And next page. So go to the next page. Yeah, the answer is Minoru Yamasaki, a Japanese-American architect, and our musical is about him, a man behind the Twin Towers. So You can see how Minoru overcame his inferiority complex as a Japanese and how he infused his own sense of beauty into the American symbol towers to our musical. The next page this is him. And yeah, so our musical is about him and about the Manhattan skyline, where every skyscraper shapes differently. So we like to show that being a minority and being different is not something to be afraid of. That's diversity, like Manhattan sky that innovates our tomorrow. Go to the next page. I'd like. Are you able to share the sound now?
I don't think the sound is working. We're having a little Mercury in retrograde tonight, so I apologize. But if you're gonna drop it in the chat, then drop the link.
Yeah, I will drop the chat, but I appreciate it if I introduce a little more about this song. So this song is in 1933, before the war would see Pearl Harbor, the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and internment of the Southern Japanese and Japanese American into encampments. So two young people meet at Katsura Villa in Kyoto, and Minoru finds this song is the moment when Minoru finds his own sense of beauty from the Japanese architecture around him.
I'm sorry, Momo, but your time is up.
Okay, sorry.
You want to share one last thought?
Yeah. Okay. So I will put the link on the chat. So please enjoy it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Next up, we have Casey with a pitch.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to the organizers for putting this together. My name is Casey Legacian, calling in from West Philadelphia. I'm finishing up my time in the Master of Environmental Studies program at the University of Pennsylvania, and this is my short film project, The Degrowth of Social Media, the Structure and Function of a Convivial Social Media Ecosystem. And so this film project is based off of my master's research in which I look at social media from the perspective of degrowth. And degrowth is a word with many meanings, but broadly described, it's a framework that one, critiques societies driven by the pursuit of infinite economic growth, and two, cultivates alternative ways of life that center around sociological well-being. And so I'm looking at how these concepts and ideas can inform how we think about social media. And so in the short film project, there's two narratives. The first narrative is me playing a heightened version of myself, presenting my master's research in a Twitch live stream. And the second narrative is this animated story in which a narrator 4 years in the future recounts the story of reconnecting and rebuilding in Greater Houston after a hurricane passes through using degrowth-inspired social media. Yeah, we actually shoot tomorrow, so busy week, and the film is set to premiere in September, and I'll be doing the whole festival circuit. So yeah, looking forward to submitting to festivals like the New York Asian Film Festival next year. And thank you for your time.
Very cool. And a gold star for fitting the most words into a minute out of anyone so far. All right, thank you, KC. Next up, we have Sally. Sally, are you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, nice meeting everyone. So my name's Sally, and I was born and raised from China, Shanghai. And so for accessibility concern, I'm a Asian woman, 5'6", wearing glasses and the blue and white striped chiffon shirt. So I'm the project manager at Kepler Mission Design, and we are an Asian-led multidisciplinary design lab based in New York. So using visual storytelling and product design and brand strategies to help creative practitioners and entrepreneurs at all stages. So here the slide you see is back on January the 1st, 2020, this year, we initiated Aloha NYC Lunar New Year Creative Culture Campaign. So with the mission to promote modern design and products that are rooted in traditional Asian culture. So through the e-commerce site and also offline retail store. And we also collaborated with a network of emerging Asian creatives. So we want to support and sustain the development of original content and hope to inspire a new generation to celebrate traditions in inclusive creative ways. So here I'm right now is actually in our studio. So we have a design studio and production lab in New York. So I will leave my email here in the link. So if anyone, artists based in New York, you're interested to make some production materials to shout out for your shows and plays,
feel free to contact me in addition to our ongoing this campaign. So we will launch a second year. This will be a continued campaign and with the longer duration this year. So welcome everyone, especially visual artists, or if you know any visual artist who wants to develop new product, feel free to contact me, and really honored to be part of this town hall.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Sally. Thanks for sharing.
you.
Next up, we have Sugar. Sugar, are you here?
Hi. Hello. Cool. So yes, I'll start. I'm a composer, pianist, and interdisciplinary artist based here in the city, or in Brooklyn, Lenapehoking, and I'm just here to really introduce myself, share my work. This is me and my ensemble, Isogram, singing at Amanda Pingbonapakia's installation at Lincoln Center, and it's going on until June, actually through July, and like Joanna said, everyone's getting COVID, so this Sunday's performance is canceled. And here's another, like, sounds pretty essential to what I do, so, you know, I'll just include links. And I'm really here just to meet people. I'm a composer, like I said, and I'm making a new piece called Coming of Rage. It's about Asian anger. It's going to be a maximalist eruption, like combining protest, ritual, gathering, and mukbang and everything. I want it to be really epic and crazy, so just reach out to me if you're interested. And if you're a musician that's interested in just like, you know, performing, if you see, you know, my work and you think it's interesting to you, just, you know, feel free to get in touch, because I just ended my other ensemble because I'm trying to just, you know, meet new people. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sugar. I totally support that type of entrance into the space, just to put yourself out there. And I hope you get that energy back in return as well. So next we have Jeffrey. Jeffrey's going to share something with us.
Yes, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for having me back. My name's Jeff. I am a music producer and songwriter, primarily in electronic and pop genres. And for the last 10 months, I've been dedicating myself to learning about NFTs and blockchain and what it could mean for musical artists, and how to kind of break out of the traditional cycle of getting your music out there, especially if you're trying to get signed by a label. And so what you see here is Cosmic Love. This is a collaboration with four others, and 4 out of the 5 are Asian American. And our sales totaled what would be the equivalent to 1 million streams. And we're trying to work NFTs to surround the music rather than being the music itself. So we offered a free mastering session, a t-shirt, and then pre-sale access to any of our projects coming up. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions from anybody that wants to learn about the new NFT and blockchain technologies. Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Jeff. Next we have Kathy. Kathy's going to give us a pitch.
Hi, everyone. It's so much fun to be in my first A4 town hall. I was born in Philadelphia and then grew up in Beijing, and I've been based in New York in the past 9 years. So my pitch is for my short film, which is inspired by my personal experiences. It's about a young, recently dumped Chinese American assistant who must help the elusive husband of her high-powered Chinese boss to film the perfect eulogy video. And I had to do something very weird at my day job, similarly. And the stories, my co-writer and I, we looked a lot about like assistants working right now. I think we're in the Great Resignation, and it's a lot of questioning what we're able to put up with at work. And we rewatched The Devil Wears Prada many times about the storyline. And then we thought for this story, it would be as if Anne Hathaway's character spent a day with Miranda Priestley's husband and what happens there. And I'm looking to shoot this fall in New York. And and I also just wrapped up my last short film, Elite Match, and is in the process of submitting that to film festivals. And Elite Match was based on my mom's experiences online dating when she was single and recently moved to America from Beijing. It's great to hear everyone's projects, and I'm looking to meet new people, producers, composers, editor, crew members. That's
Very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kathy. And I love that Elaine dropped in the New York Asian Film Festival link once again. Perfect timing. Very smart. We have one more person who's joining us in the pitches. Priyanka signed up, but we must have missed Priyanka. So if we can pull up Priyanka's website, then we can give Priyanka a minute to share a pitch as well.
Thank you
Priyanka,
so
are
much,
you here?
Dave. Yes, are you able to see me?
Yes.
Great. Hey everyone, my name is Priyanka. I am an actor, director, and playwright based in Philly. And I'm also a solo performer. And I'm going to be performing in your neighborhood this July. I will be bringing my one-woman show, The Elephant in the Room, to 59 East 59 theaters. I'm looking for a stage manager or technician, and designers are always looking for designers to collaborate with. So this show is a dark comedy about just your typical Indian metalhead software engineer turned actor who must navigate life as an immigrant in Trump's America. So this show is also, it's a special preview performance before it heads to the Edinburgh Fringe in Scotland, and it's going to have a mini UK tour after that. So the people in New York and whoever is coming to see the show will be the first ones to see the latest version that's going there. I'm going to drop in a link to this event in the chat and also to the fundraiser that I'm currently putting up for raising funds for this whole shebang. I really appreciate your time, and thank you, Dave, for letting me speak.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry we missed you in the lineup.
No worries.
All right, and now Lisa's going to walk us through. If you have been inspired during the course of the night to give a 30-second pitch, please raise your hand. We have 2 people on deck already.
Sorry, I was muted. The first one, Jungwon, you want to give a 30-second pitch? Dave is going to time you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you guys for inviting me for this. It's been amazing learning about every one of you. So I am a community manager for Open Seat Direct, and but way we do is we help people who are, if anybody who's trying to set up events, to post it up on the Open Seat Direct. For free events, it's always for free. For paid events, there's some small fees, but basically what I will do is that I will make sure I help promote your events that are coming out. So social media help if you need, maybe you want some advice, something like that, I would definitely be there for you. So if you're interested, reach out to me. My handle on Twitter is Tiger1 NYC, or you can reach out at Open Seat Direct. That's on the Twitter handle as well. So that's Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Okay, next up is Jeff. Jeff Liu.
Hello. Hi, can you all see and hear me?
Yes.
Great. Hi. First of all, hi to all my Philly friends, Jacinta, Priyanka, Kat, hello. But I've got a short film called Trying to Find Chinatown. It's based on a one-act play by the writer David Henry Hwang. It's free to watch. It's on the signaturetheater.org's Six Space website. So if you want to go check it out, it's about an Asian American electric violinist street musician who meets a Caucasian guy who claims Asian American identity. And there's a little panel after that includes David, myself, and Dr. Esther Kim Lee, who wrote a history of Asian American theater. So hi to everybody, signaturetheater.org if you watch that. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Roxanne?
Hi, everybody. This is Big Raksak Gong Seng. I'll be off camera today, so I apologize. My pronouns are she or they. I'm the executive director of Thai Theater Foundation. So thank you, Charlotte, again for the update for this event today. So basically, we exist to support and strengthen the contemporary Thai theater and foster collaborations between Thai and American theater makers. So we are based in New York City and also in Thailand. So we do have operations in both countries. I'll drop the link to our Facebook page and to our website in the chat in a moment. So nice to meet all of you and hope to continue fruitful conversation after this with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I guess last chance for a 30-second pitch. No more pitches. Okay, we are gonna break out into rooms. So there should be like 5 or 6 people per room. I'm going to assign you, and then you can get to know each other. So just click on join and feel free to move yourself around if you want to. And let me know if you don't know how to move yourself. I'm happy to do it. So have fun.
Yes, Lisa.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. All right.
It was a really great webinar. I think it was fantastic. Yeah.
Well, it's not over yet. We're going to put you into another breakout session so you can meet more people.
Oh, okay.
So before you go, actually, I want to take a picture before we do, because I always forget. So everybody say cheese. And then we'll take a photo. Let me see, make sure if I can get, thanks, Dave. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna move you all into breakout rooms again. Hopefully, you're in different rooms. And if not, just let me know and I'll move you into a different room. Hi, everyone, welcome back. I think we are done. Dave, Kat, you have anything you wanna say?
I'll just share the sentiment that I just shared in my breakout room about how it's tough to make a living as an artist. It shouldn't be. It definitely should not be, but it is. So I just, I always try to in these rooms say thank you for making your work. Thank you for staying in the course, as Jeff was saying, and thank you also again for sharing it with us. There's the process of making and the process of sharing. Those seem like 2 separate processes, but kind of both of those need to be in tandem for us to kind of continue to live and thrive as artists. So I hope you walk away with some inspiration, and I hope you walk away with some new connections. But I hope you also understand that we are grateful to all of you for making and sharing the work.
Kat?
It's really hard to share things after Dave, I feel like, but I echo all of that, and thank you all so much for sharing work. It is such a vulnerable thing to put your work out there to people, and I appreciate all of you for coming and trying to meet new people in breakout rooms and stating your work while you're sitting in an apartment or an office or a car, because it feels more surreal than ever to be an artist these days, and it is also more important than ever that art exists. So thanks, y'all.
Well, thank you both. Thanks, everyone. I love this. I love our town halls, and I hope we can do it again. And please stay in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing. Let us help you help us. So thank you again. And I hope we can all stay in touch, and we'll edit this and put it up on our YouTube channel very soon. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.